If it looks and smells and acts like state propaganda, it's probably state propaganda. And Elon is letting you, the Twitter user, know who to keep an eye out for. On today's Culture Corner, we're talking Elon Musk and trolling the ever-living shit out of the propagandists.
Good for him.
I know, good for him. And the two examples we have today, there's more than just these two, but these are the marquee ones. Is Nameless Faceless Guy is going to put them up. There's a little bit of editing on my part. The red circles and arrows are me drawing your attention to the key points. But what Elon did this past week is he, first of all, removed the blue verified check mark from the New York Times when, they made it a big stink about the fact that they weren't going to pay to keep it. So he said, all right, fine, I'll take it. And then later in the week, he added a tagline under NPR that says, quote, state affiliated media. So if you go to NPR's Twitter right now, very simple, at NPR, you'll see a little disclaimer. I don't know if it's a disclaimer or whatever.
God, what is it? It's National
Public Radio, I think is where it started.
Thank you.
But it's more than radio now.
Fucking clearly. No more alphabet goddamn soup. Lose my goddamn mind over here.
Anyway, it has the little descriptor, label, disclaimer, whatever you want to call it, on their Twitter page that says state affiliated media. And then Twitter has its, I'll have to look it up while David's talking, but Twitter has on its terms page what state affiliated media is now, but it's basically exactly what it sounds like. If you are colluding with the government or you're taking your talking points from the government,
says it right there on the label.
In anything, in any other way, your opinions that are being pushed off to the public as objective and just reporting the news, if it looks and smells and acts like state propaganda, it's probably state propaganda. And Elon is letting you, the Twitter user, know who to keep an eye out for.
Well, that's interesting too, because it's again, we heard about the Twitter files a long time ago. We haven't heard a lot about the Twitter files since then, but I think it's been several different podcasts that Elon is affiliated with that have all harkened back to personal communications with him, that he was saying basically all the conspiracy theories were true. Oh shit. They were using the platform and doing the things that we said that they were doing. While all the while they were sitting there going, no, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. And then he takes control of it, all the while being demonized for doing so. So all the people that were, yes, Elon, because don't forget, everyone's, yes, Elon, electrical vehicles, we're moving into the future because of you. You agree with us. You're what we love. And then all of a sudden he goes and does something that goes against the regime or the controlling party, whatever you want to call him. Then all of a sudden he's becoming demonized. People are taking or giving their Teslas back because he's a Nazi and going and buying Volkswagens. I don't think a lot of people got that on the first take. I'm going to take it again. They're giving Teslas back because Elon was a Nazi and they're buying Volkswagens instead.
Which was started by the Nazis.
Wrap your fucking head around that. Anyway, that's how far these guys think down the road, and it's how much of a fuck they give about your intelligence. They think that you're so dumb that you're no idea, right? Elon is a goddamn Nazi.
Or they're the dumb ones. I mean, I would not remotely surprise me that anybody that made that claim, I'm turning in my Tesla for a Volkswagen, blah, 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 Elon's a Nazi, I'll bet you they don't know the backstory of Volkswagen. I'll bet you they don't. It's just pure unadulterated ignorance.
They don't even know that the fucking name is German. They don't know the name is German.
No, they know it's German.
Volkswagen.
They know it's German.
There's no way they do.
No, but what I'm saying, okay, but whether they do or they don't, what I'm saying is, even if they know it's German, they're not going to immediately link it back to the Nazis. But, history's history.
Isn't that what happens every time?
Well,
anyway, not important. All that being said, it's just so funny that once he gets in and sees what they were actually doing, he's like, oh, they were doing everything. And in some cases, even worse than you thought it was.
Right. And listen, the reason why, if you're still wondering, why is this in the Culture Corner segment, is because it's obvious to everybody that there is a cultural war going on. And this is why one side of the ledger, and I'm not even going to say left versus right. Yes, it usually manifests from the left, but it's really the people in power, the ones that demand control, the ones that say, like we said during the SVB bank collapse on a few episodes ago, the same people that say,
the experts,
like 5 seconds before everything implodes, they say, don't worry, everything's fine. We have it all under control. And then when it blows up, they say, well, we didn't have enough control. That's why you need to give us more. It's those people, those groups of people, the intelligentsia, right? The ones that went to all the Ivy League schools because they had the family members that got them connected. They have a right to rule, don't you see? You don't have a right to rule your life. And so when they lost Twitter to Elon, that's why they lost their minds. Because whether they like it or not, Twitter is its own animal. It is a central node in the dispensing of information, which only they want monetary or monopoly control over. They don't want you to get information from other sources. So in the past, it was, how dare you share that clip from this podcast or from this, news source or whatever. If it comes from NPR or the New York Times, well, then it's a trusted source because we're just objective and we only say the true things. We definitely didn't lie you into war with the weapons of destruction hoax. We definitely didn't run interference for the regime when they wanted to exile Snowden and throw Julian Assange in a cage for telling you about our war crimes. We definitely didn't do any of that. But now there's somebody else out there. There's another platform out there that is calling these people out for what they really are, that they're liars and they're propagandists for the regime. That's why they lost their mind over Elon taking over Twitter, and Elon is proving them right time and time again, much to our joy and their dismay.
And again, this is a cautionary tale, but there's an old phrase, and it's a gambling phrase, and it says, you have to get healthy the same way you got sick. And if I'm not mistaken, everybody kind of knew that Twitter was the most toxic social media platform that there was before Elon took it over, and it was known. So he takes it over, and then all of a sudden it starts espousing, what we consider truth, or being, at least down the line, and giving everyone their voice, giving everyone their say. And now it's starting to become an actual trusted news source. Wouldn't it be so refreshing if the people that claim to be trusted news sources came out and admitted that they had been wrong on certain things? People are very forgiving. People, when you come out and you humbly say, listen, we went a little off the rails, and I'm not going to say which side, we went a little off the rails. We're going to try to get back. We made mistakes. We are sorry for that. That's not who we are. We will try to be better in the future. We're going to return back to just telling you the news, yada, yada. And that would solve most media crises. But what are they doing? They're doubling down. They're calling Elon a Nazi. Instead of seeing that this is the way that people want to go, maybe we should go that way too. Instead, they're fighting, they're doubling down, they're just trying to elicit control through power and this, that, and the other. So,
right. Which we say, that's why tyrants all throughout history, the only choice they have is to double down. Because again, they paint this picture, right, that they are the ones with this unique inside secret knowledge that they know how to structure society. And if things don't work out the way they promised you it would, well, then that means that you screwed up or you didn't accept their plan wholeheartedly enough, and it's your fault. There's never any room in that for apologies because, again, they set their program up the whole way saying, I'm good and righteous, and that's why I want to do these things. They never admit that it's just a cynical play for power. I'm a good person. That's why I'm forcing this on you. It's for your good.
And you're not smart enough to know that it's for you.
And there's no room for an apology in that. Because then if they apologize, then it's at least a subtle, if not an overt admission that they weren't good and that they were fallible just like the rest of us. And so when they paint themselves on this high horse, this fictional moral high ground of their own creation, there's no way to apologize away from that. Your only option is to double down and keep saying the other side is who was doing it wrong. So again, whether it be, somebody that had killed 60 million people like Mao, or whether it be some, little petty writer in the New York Times office, or some bureaucrat that, wants to fine you because the grass in your front yard is 6 inches and it's not allowed to get over 5. Those same people have the same mentality running underneath them. They are little busybody tyrants. They're the pieces of shit that we all went to school with, that would go run to the teacher and tattletale, that raise their hand first to open the door or be the hall monitor. Those people are out there and they're trying to run your life. And Elon is calling them out with stuff like this. So, heed and then quit letting these people run your life. That's it. That's pretty simple. They're not that numerous, and they're definitely not that strong. They're the weak little twerps that you knew they were in school. And so we have the numbers. We just have to push back and stop them. That's really all it takes.